Oh, maybe football season, but we're still talking some basketball and focused on the Longhorns program. We welcome in head coach Rick Barnes. And coach, you know, last time we talked, there's been a lot of change in your program. You've lost 5 underclassmen, the latest being Poppy. Now, obviously that was a little bit of a surprise for a lot of people. He signs with the Greek team, Olympiacos. How big of a surprise was it to you?
Well, I think, we knew because he had really improved a lot, and we felt it was important that he go over and really be with his national team. I think everybody should have a chance to do that, and he had offers actually before that he had turned down. But I think in this situation, because he had such a great tournament, and the fact is they gave him an opportunity that he really couldn't turn down.
Yeah.
And it was one of those situations where you know, everybody loved Poppy, and we're going to miss him. But I tell you, when he called, I don't know if I've ever had a player more, I guess, concerned in terms of, he just said, Coach, I love my teammates, I love everybody, and if I didn't have to do this because of the situation, and they had actually, I think, made him an offer that he didn't accept, and they came back and made him one that he couldn't resist and turn down. And so I'm happy for him, and again, because you know, his ultimate goal is to be a professional basketball player, and we'll miss him. But you know, Kevin, I've always believed when somebody else goes, you know, there's an opportunity for somebody, and I can tell you, I think right now I'm as happy with this group of guys as I've been in a long time because of the fact that they've worked hard. They want to be a good team, and we've seen some great improvement from the guys returning, and we're really excited about each one of our new guys.
I'm sure that was a difficult phone call for Poppy. He was the team's leading returning scorer, so you're going to lose some offense. Who steps up?
Well, I think, we start on the defensive end where, with the size that we have, I do know we're going to be able to protect the rim, and we're going to be able to guard. But I think what we will do with our team is, again, I think everyone's improved. And I think as we go through this preseason, I think we're going to find out who's going to be, you know, the consistent player there that if you'd ask me one question that I would probably not have an answer for you right now, who would be that guy right now if we had to go get a basket? And I think that's what we're going to find out here throughout the preseason. But I can tell you that everybody has improved, and I do know that I think we're going to, well, I know for a fact we're going to play much harder. We're going to be a much better defensive team, and I just know that we're going to be a team that that I'm excited about, and I think our people are going to be excited about because of the effort that these guys are putting in it.
Well, you want to start with the front court and protecting the rim, as you mentioned. You got a couple guys with some talent who really came on as the season went on last year. You got Prince Ebay and also Cam Ridley. How have those guys improved in a season?
Well, I do think that Cam has gotten himself in better shape, and Prince has continued to work on his skills, and they both have
offensive skills,
and they both have really developed more physically, and that they are a presence around the rim, certainly. And Cam's a player that we think that can score. I think it's all about him getting his space on the floor, getting his self ready to play when he catches the ball. It's not just getting there, it's getting there ready to play. And so he certainly has improved. They both, again, we know they can rebound the ball and they can block shots. But John Holmes is another guy that right now, the way he's rebounding for us and through the entire summer, I mean, he's had a great off season. And
what kind of role do you see John having this year?
I think John's going to
be the one junior.
I think he's going to be the dirty work guy.
Okay.
And I think that John's going to do whatever you ask him to do. But again, he's not afraid to mix it up. He's again, the best shape he's been in since he's been here. But we're going to need John to do a lot of things and just really be the dirty work guy, that whatever it's going to take to get it done, he'll do that.
You said you're still looking for that guy and still going to look for that guy this fall who's going to be the guy you can turn to maybe make a bucket when you really need one. Let's go to the underclassmen because you have a lot of new guys. Let's start with Kendall Yancey. What does Yancey bring to the table?
Again, a skill player, a guy that is going to play hard, one of those glue guys that I think, again, will do whatever. Right now, he's what helped him this summer, the first session of summer school, he was the only freshman that was able to get here because he was the only one that graduated in time.
Okay.
I think coming in and being the only one here, you know, he saw these guys coming back, how hard they worked and where they were, and he had no choice but to join in and go, and he's really has helped himself by doing that.
Yeah.
But he's a defensive guy, long, and rebounds it, does a lot of things. I think like any freshman in his position, he'll continue to improve his offense. but he's just one of those guys that people are going to love because he's a fighter.
Yeah. Isaiah Taylor, you think he's a guy who can come in and not only provide maybe a little bit of depth, but also give you some offense, or provide offense maybe?
I think Isaiah's going to make the game easier for a lot of guys. He really sees it. He's a true point guard, a guy, and he thinks totally like a point guard in terms of.
You said that last time. You said he is pass first, pass second, pass third.
And people don't think he can shoot, and they'll be surprised. He can shoot the ball better than people think, and but he's had one of the last point guard that we recruited that people said couldn't shoot was T.J. Ford, and I remember T.J. said to me in high school, why do I need to shoot it when I can get by everybody?
Right.
And Isaiah kind of has that attitude, but I said there will be a day where you're going to have to shoot it, and he's worked at it, and he's a guy that can defend,
right.
But he will make it a little bit easier in terms of the way he sees it and moves the ball, and but he's going to play. He's going to play a lot. But again, he's worked at it, and he's a natural point guard.
And set up other guys like DeMarcus Croker, who is another freshman for this Texas team. Now, if I remember last time we talked about Croker, you said there's some excitement in his game from time to time.
Well, but and it is. DeMarcus is a guy that you look at him and you use that word potential, which.
What did Darryl Royal say about that?
I'm not big on it. But I will tell you, he's shown some real flashes, and it's about consistency with him right now. Will he figure out how to do it from play to play to play? But you know what? He's been very honest with himself. He's a guy that knows. He knows that he's needed this structure. He knows that he needs to be pushed, and once he does get it, and we think he will get it, he's going to excite some people.
What about Martez Walker? Let's finish out with the Fab Four. We'll call him that. But what is Martez going to do for this team this year?
Well, he's an unorthodox type player when you look at him, but he's got something about him where he's not afraid to go after it. He can score. He really can score the ball, and it's. But he's competitive, and he's got a little meanness in him, which we like, and he's got a pretty good bite there. But I like him too because when you can coach him, and all these guys want to be coached. That's what's been great about it. But again, once the guys that we've just mentioned, the freshmen, it's going to get down to defense. They're going to have to learn that. I do think they
keep on getting back to defense, and that's always been your calling card.
Well, we haven't been very good the last couple of years, but we're going to be a much better defensive team this year simply because. We're going to be, and I think we've got guys that understand it's going to really start there, and so we'll get that done, and we really didn't talk about Javon and DeMarcus Holland and Connor Lambert.
Yeah,
those guys, those three guys you can talk about scoring,
right?
Because all three have improved, and we know Javon's a guy that can put the ball in the basket. He's got a variety of shots. I mean, he really does have a knack to score. He proved that a year ago. Yeah. And Connor's a guy that we think can do that. He can stretch defenses, but there's more to him than that. And so I'm excited. I think there's really an air with our team and our program right now that we haven't had in a couple of years.
Yeah, you've said that. You said that you feel like the program is kind of getting back to where it was. Practice will start Sunday. Coach Barnes, we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you. It's good to see you.